Welcome to the 30th anniversary of Jazz at LACMA. Tonight we are pleased to present trombonist Ryan Porter. Thanks for tuning in to Jazz at LACMA, the virtual edition, as we celebrate 30 years of this great free weekly concert series here at the museum. My name is Mitch Glickman, Director of Music Programs for the LA County Museum of Art. We can't wait to invite you back to the museum, but not quite yet. We're staying safe, following all the protocols, but as soon as we can, we welcome you for those free concerts. We want to say we are lucky enough to have all these great, amazing musicians here so that we can continue the concerts on our virtual basis. Jazz at LACMA concerts are made possible in part by a grant from the City of Los Angeles, Department of Cultural Affairs. Our broadcasts are made possible by the support of the Office of Los Angeles County Supervisor, Sheila Kuehl, and our friends on the radio, KJazz 88.1, bring you our great Jazz at LACMA broadcasts every Sunday night at 7 p.m., so check those out as well. Tonight, we're thrilled to have a sought-after trombonist, Ryan Porter. Ryan has been part of such important groups as the Clayton-Hamilton Jazz Orchestra, Kamasi Washington, Stevie Wonder, and Kendrick Lamar, in addition to his own acclaimed recording projects. Put those virtual hands together for the Ryan Porter Quartet.
And tonight is a premiere. And before we get to the premiere, I want to dedicate this night to Curtis Fuller. We lost him Saturday. He was a great master trombonist, a big influence in my life and many other trombone players. And this whole night is for Curtis. We love you, Curtis. And we're going to do a lot of new music, starting with one of Brandon Coleman's songs, one of my right-hand man, Brandon Coleman. And let me introduce the band as well. We got Brandon Coleman on piano and effects and everything. He's our sound doctor. He's got kazoo in his bag, too. You know,
I play a mean melodica.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, that goes without saying, you know. We also got Joe Whitley handling the bass and guitar for the night.
Only one check, though, don't you?
Gene Coy on drums, you know, giving us the ones and the twos and just making sure we all stay in time. And one of the songs that we're going to be premiering tonight is 1987, written by Brandon Coleman. I'm going to let you start that one off. 1987 by Brandon Coleman. That was a great tune. The next song we're gonna play, I'm gonna take some time to really, talk about this because I'm sure most musicians can understand this. And there's certain levels to it. It's just like when you first go out on tour as a band, you're probably going in the minivan or something like that. But you know when you're really kicking up some dust when you get a Sprinter, you know. And we've always called the Sprinter the bouncy box. You get inside the bouncy box, and it's almost like when you get those wings at BW3, you put them in there and you put that sauce and you shake them around. That's how we were in this box, in the Sprinter. And we do that for a couple years, and then you graduate to an actual tour bus, you know. So this song is called The Bouncy Box. Bouncy Box, y'all. That's a premiere. It's a premiere. You guys are the first people to ever hear that song. So, you've gotten the experience of a sonic experience of riding in a Sprinter, from my perspective. So that's how it sounds. The next song is another original that I wrote during the quarantine. This is all quarantine music, by the way. This is all stuff that I've written while I was at home. In my special bubble, And this song is called The Verdict. Everybody has a verdict of some sort in their life that they're going to be facing or have faced. And this is my sonic. And tonight is all about sonic snapshots. That's what all these songs are. They're just sonic snapshots. And this snapshot is the verdict. Thank you. Oh, so.
So here we are for our 30th anniversary of Jazz at LACMA. I'm Mitch Glickman, here with our special guest this week, trombonist, composer, Ryan Porter. So Ryan, you are an LA native.
Absolutely.
How has Los Angeles shaped your musical life?
It has shaped my musical life in great ways. I mean, I've came in contact with so many great educators, starting off with music and being in the Jazz America program downtown, led by
Buddy?
yeah.
Buddy Collette?
Yeah, Buddy Collette, and I was thinking of there's so many other instructors, but just the opportunity to be exposed to not only the amount of educators there, but the students. That's where I met Kamasi. That's where I met Cameron Graves and his brother Taylor, and so many other great musicians. So that started it. Then the Central Avenue Jazz Festival was another thing that I would attend ever since I was a kid. I've seen so many greats there. Gerald Wiggins. I mean, that's where I saw Bonsoir for the first time.
Okay.
So, and then
which is what, a 6-piece? It's a trombone ensemble. I can't
absolutely.
remember how many.
Yes, it was 5-piece.
5-piece. Okay.
And it was Garnett Brown, George Bohannon,
all the greats.
All the greats. Maury Spears,
Yeah.
Ira Nepis, Phil Ranlin, and myself and Isaac Smith, so that's more than 5, but we would all, rotate there. So, and then Reggie Andrews, of course, he was with the multi-school band, and he was there, and that's where we got the chance to play a lot for the city of Los Angeles, and just being in high school and always having positive things to do, and then same thing with Fernando Pullum, because I was a graduate of George Washington Preparatory, the prep, so. Same thing there. He ran a real focused program. So I had a lot of stuff to do. And then junior high, I studied with a guy named John Spencer. He was over at Henry Clay Middle School, and he played trombone as well. He was a very important person, too. And then just my friends. You've seen the growth of so many musicians in the past year that I've been playing with and having the opportunity to just exchange with. So that's definitely a part of my
Well, let's
growth.
share a little bit, because some of these friends have gone on to make these huge names for themselves. You
Absolutely.
mentioned Kamasi Washington.
Terrace Martin, he's definitely made a great name for himself on numerous records and doing numerous projects, and I'm always inspired to see what's happening next and listen to the next records with him. Same thing with Thundercat.
Yeah.
He's on the scene and just doing great. He kind of cracked it all open for everybody and went out and just really showed us that it was a lane for everybody. He was a really big inspiration. And the list goes on. Cameron Graves and Taylor Graves, Brandon Coleman, it's just a healthy list of people, that.
Those are some good friends.
Tony Austin, Ronald Bruner, Miles Mosley, who else? That's all the guys that,
That's an amazing list.
Yeah, it is.
But then you did decide to go to New York for college.
I did. Yeah, that is an important part of tonight's theme, is because we just lost a trombone master, Curtis Fleur.
Oh, right.
And
88? He was
87.
87. Okay.
Yeah. He was born in 1934. And when I was in New York, I went to Manhattan School of Music, and they had I was studying with Steve Turre, and they had a night there, Art Blakey reunion band, and he was there, for the first night, and I was all excited, and I only had money for the first set. It was at the Iridium. And I walked up to Curtis. He never met me in his life. And I said, Curtis, if you could sign my CD. And I told him my situation. And he was beautiful enough to put me on the list for the second set.
That's class.
And fast forward to, years later, we played at the Clayton-Hamilton Jazz Festival just together, and Sweet. He showed up at the hotel, and he was needing some company with food and just, he's an elderly guy. So yeah. I helped him out and got him some food, and we stayed up talking about everything till the sun came up almost. Just about all the situations with Train and with Lee. And he told me so many stories that it was just, and he wanted to pay me for the food. That's what it was. And I told him, no, you took care of me at the Iridium. And he was like, oh, so.
That's the legacy, right?
Yeah.
Giving back.
Yeah, so tonight is we going to keep that going and devote the whole set to Curtis
that's
tonight.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
That's what that's about. But that was one of the first experiences I had in New York,
So then what was it that brought you back to LA? Because clearly you could have made a beautiful career in New York.
I could have, but I want to be honest with you, my health. I found out I had ulcerative colitis. And for all my ulcerative colitis sufferers out there, New York is not the UC-friendly place. The subways and bathrooms. And at that age I got it, I was really not aware of the things that it entailed. So it was easier for me to come back home and take care of my health here and get with a specialist. And it eventually got worse to where I've had cancer twice and I live with a bag now, So it was one of those things that always was attached to me being on the road and all of these guys having consideration for me having to use the bathroom and all this stuff. So it's just one of those things where that was what moved me back to LA was my health. It was hard to be going through all of that stuff and my mom flying all across the country, and testing and all that stuff. So fortunate enough, I made it through everything. I'm here today.
And we're glad to have you back.
Yeah,
so.
but that was one of the things that really pushed it.
Right.
And then I was looking for my friends in New York, this certain sound that was a homemade sound that I couldn't find in New York. Yeah. I missed the home cooking of LA.
So in addition, you're working with all these great groups and these great bands, but you've done a lot of your own recording projects.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Force for Good, is that the
Force
most
for
recent?
Good. Yeah, that's the most recent, and that record is pretty much a tribute to the legacy of John Coltrane. And it has one Coltrane song on there, Impressions, but for the most part, it was just going back to kind of tipping my hat to him making a decision in his life to really put the music first and to put in the message of his music the peace and the love and the unity that came out of his horn. I mean, that was kind of the purpose for what he was doing, and I can see that. And it challenges that he took to get himself out of the way to play the music was beautiful. And it couldn't be a greater legacy to name a record after a Force for Good. So I want to be a force for good, and I want to, follow that legacy. So that was the name of that record,
Which is a beautiful thing, especially in this day and age.
Absolutely, man. I feel like it's more than ever a time to really make interchanges, that can shape your outside, so.
And speaking of album titles, I believe another older album is The Optimist.
Yeah.
So I'm sensing a theme here.
It is. It's definitely a theme, man. The Optimist was just all about that. It was first a funny joke that people would say about trombone players. They were, what do you call a trombone player with a pager? An optimist. Yeah, but you see, we don't even use pagers no more. So that's how dated that is. But although we play our music, and I think just finding the purpose, I feel like that was the optimism of it. Just knowing that I'm writing songs and doing all of these things, and it really isn't to follow any trends necessarily. It's more just in the development and the legacy of carrying on something that is great. Yeah. And I think that those aren't superficial things. So it takes a lot of optimism to sit down and practice and be patient, develop a routine, call the same guys over and over again, and do all of that, not even for money, just for in the developmental processes, when we were younger. And I feel like that was kind of that record where we sat down and just every weekend we're just exchanging songs, doing the Red Robin, we used to call it, where everybody gets a tune. So
that's great.
A lot of those songs, it was probably 3-4 different artists that recorded right after. So it was just like a weekly thing, and I just took all of them and placed them together. So it was a fun recording because I got a bit of everybody.
Nice.
Robert Miller, I forgot his name before. He's definitely part of the collective community, and we had fun. And I'm still seeing things from all of those musicians, records coming out and stuff like that. So it's set off a positive current, I feel like.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are coming out of this very long and strange hibernation.
Right.
But I know you've been able to really utilize the time writing-wise.
Yeah. No, and tonight is a premiere. Tonight is definitely a premiere, and Brandon is premiering a song as well. And we're gonna do an arrangement of some standards, you know, but one arrangement of some standards. But it's been songs that I've been writing and just really I feel like are just I've at this point I just have music playing in my head 24 hours a day. So this is the one I could pull down. These are some of the ones I can get, you know, and they really were mirroring what was going on. And I feel like it was always better, especially now, to put my energy toward what I love, you know, and I love the music, love my family. Everybody kind of got back to some core roots of things and records, of course. So I've been inspired by many of the greats and the recordings that they've left to write the songs that you're going to hear today. And I'm really happy that we're going to premiere them here.
Well, we are happy to have you here. It's been great to have you and the band back.
Thank you.
This has been a strange and wonderful time to just kind of see this emergence of live music. So
it's
we're
definitely
thankful for you.
Oh man, I'm thankful for you for giving me the opportunity to share what I have with the world and with the museum and put art where it should be. You know?
We want to thank you for checking all of this out on our virtual Jazz at LACMA. I want to thank the audio team for their great work behind the scenes. To check out more, go to lacma.org/music. Our broadcasts are made possible in part from the support of the Office of Los Angeles County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl. We look forward to bringing you back when the time is right. Until then, take care.